Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, looked deep into your own eyes, and whispered to yourself, "Where did she go?" Not the years, not the wrinkles or the silver in your hair, but her, the radiant, glowing woman you used to recognize. Without trying, she's not gone. She's just quietly waiting beneath the tiredness, the thinning hair, the dry skin, and the soft sighs that say, "I miss how I used to feel in my own skin." And maybe no one else sees it. Maybe they don't notice how you avoid bright lights now, or how you linger in the skincare aisle, hoping something, anything, might bring that glow back. You're not alone in this feeling. And more importantly, you're not imagining it. What if I told you the answer you've been searching for wasn't in the jar of an expensive cream or buried beneath a 10-step beauty routine? What if the secret to looking younger was already inside you, just waiting to be gently awakened? Today, I want to take your hand, not to sell you magic, but to remind you of something beautiful. You haven't lost your glow. You've just forgotten to feed the part of you that knows how to shine. And in this quiet, nurturing space we've created together, I'm going to share 3 secret vitamins, quiet helpers that can gently restore your skin's softness, brighten your eyes, and bring life back to your hair. Not to make you someone new, but to help you remember the vibrant, breathtaking woman you still are. So breathe with me for a moment and ask yourself softly, when was the last time I felt beautiful? Just for me. Because your journey matters. And it's time we begin. Nurturing you from the inside out, with honesty, simplicity, and love. Tell me in the comments, have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like the outside didn't match how young you feel inside? You're not alone, and I'd love to. Read your story below. Let me tell you a story about someone you might recognize. Her name is Evelyn. She's 72, walks every morning, and still wears a soft red lipstick because, why not? But lately, Evelyn had stopped looking herself in the mirror for too long. Not because she didn't care, but because something had changed. Her cheeks had lost their plumpness. Her skin, once firm and glowing, had become delicate, almost papery. And despite drinking water, moisturizing, and sticking to her same simple routine, her reflection felt tired. Then, during a visit with her daughter, Evelyn made an offhand comment, "I think I'm starting to disappear into my face." Her daughter smiled gently and said, "Mum, you're not disappearing. Maybe your body just needs a little help from the inside." That's when Evelyn discovered something most of us don't talk about, a quiet little nutrient called vitamin K2. Now, before your eyes glaze over from all the alphabet vitamins, let's pause for a moment, because this one matters in a way that surprised even Evelyn. Vitamin K2 isn't about beauty in the way commercials sell it. It's about flow. It guides calcium away from places it shouldn't be, like soft tissues or the skin, and directs it where it should go, like your bones. But here's the hidden gift. When calcium stays out of your skin stays soft, elastic, and youthful. No more stiffness, no more dullness. Just a quiet return to that natural bounce you thought was long gone, and you don't have to chase down exotic foods or fermented soybeans to get it. A small, daily supplement, especially the form called MK7, can do wonders when taken consistently. Evelyn started taking it with her tea each morning, not expecting much. But 6 weeks later, a woman in her book club leaned over and whispered, "You look like you've been on vacation. What's your secret?" Evelyn just smiled, because for the first time in years, her skin felt like hers again. Not tight, not dry, just quietly alive. Have you ever tried a vitamin that made a real difference for you, inside or out? Share it in the comments below. Your experience could help another woman who's quietly searching for answers just like you. Now let's talk about something most people have never heard of. A vibrant little nutrient with a name that sounds like a tongue twister. Astaxanthin. Don't worry. You don't have to pronounce it perfectly. Just know this, it might be one of the most powerful beauty secrets nature ever gave us. Let me introduce you to Rosa. She's 68, grew up by the sea, and still carries the salty wind in her spirit. She's the kind of woman who wears wide-brimmed hats and knits sweaters for her grandkids. But recently, Rosa had grown self-conscious about her skin. Her once smooth cheeks had developed fine lines, sunspots danced across her forehead, and her eyes, they looked tired, even when she wasn't. No cream could touch the tiredness that came from deep within. Until she stumbled across an article on something called astaxanthin, a natural antioxidant found in salmon, krill, and microalgae. It was described as nature's internal sunscreen, and that phrase stuck with her. You see, astaxanthin doesn't just sit on your skin like lotion. It works from within, fighting off the invisible damage caused by sun exposure, pollution, and stress. The little things that steal our glow slowly, day after day. In clinical studies, women who took it daily saw a remarkable difference. Fewer wrinkles, softer texture, even brightness around the eyes, that gentle glow we often associate with youth. Rosa was skeptical, but she gave it a try. Just 4 milligrams a day, taken with a bit of healthy fat after breakfast. After a couple of months, her sister, who hadn't seen her in a while, leaned in and said, "Rosa, have you been sleeping better or something? You look fresh." And Rosa, with a soft laugh, replied, "Maybe I'm just remembering how to care for myself again." Astaxanthin didn't erase every line on her face, but it brought back something more important, her light. If you've ever noticed that your skin feels dull no matter what you put on it, you're not alone. Let me know in the comments, does this kind of inner approach to beauty speak to you? I'd love to know your thoughts. Now let's turn to a vitamin that's been quietly whispering in the background for years, often overlooked, but deeply essential, especially as we age. It's called biotin. You might have heard it called vitamin B7, but let me show you how powerful it really is through someone like Clara. Clara is 70, soft-spoken, with gentle hands and a silver braid that falls down her back. She used to pride herself on her hair, thick, strong, the kind you could tuck a pencil into. But in the last year, things began to change. Her brush started filling faster than usual. Her nails, once strong enough to open jars, now peeled and cracked. And her skin, dry, tight, dull. She felt like she was slowly losing little pieces of herself, like threads unraveling from a favorite sweater. Her doctor ran tests. Everything seemed normal, but nothing felt normal, until a kind friend, a retired nurse, quietly asked, "Have you tried biotin? It's not magic, Clara, but it might be what your body's been asking for." So Clara tried it. One small capsule each morning with her coffee, and slowly, subtly, her hands stopped catching on sweaters. Her hair stopped falling in handfuls, and when her granddaughter braided her hair one Sunday, she whispered, "Grandma, your hair feels soft again." Clara didn't need a compliment to feel beautiful. She just needed to feel whole. Biotin works by helping your body create keratin, the building block of your hair, nails, and skin. And as we age, our ability to produce keratin quietly decreases. That's why the hair loses volume, the nails crack like dry leaves, and the skin feels tired. You can find biotin in eggs, almonds, avocados. But as we grow older, absorption becomes tricky. A gentle supplement can bridge the gap. Not to promise a fountain of youth, but to offer a quiet return to strength, resilience, and softness. Have you ever noticed your hair or nails changing with age? If so, you're not alone. Let me know in the comments if this story reminded you of your own experience. I'd love to hear it. By now, you've heard about the 3 secret vitamins, vitamin K2, astaxanthin, and biotin, each with its own quiet power to nourish you from within. But there's something else, something just as important, because even the best seeds won't bloom if the soil is dry. These vitamins need support, And that comes from the daily rituals that whisper love to your body. Let's walk through them together, not as rules, but as gentle invitations. Hydration, the softest healer. Your skin can't glow if it's thirsty. Every cell in your body craves water, not just to survive, but to thrive. Think of hydration as the love letter you send to your body, glass by glass, herbal teas, warm lemon water in the morning, or simply a pretty glass bottle you carry with you. It all counts. When your body is hydrated, your vitamins move freely. They nourish, they repair, they awaken. Morning sunlight, your natural energy spark, just 10 to 15 minutes of early sun on your skin before it's too harsh, can do wonders. Not just for vitamin D, but for your mood, your sleep, your rhythm. Sunlight tells your body, it's time to repair, to renew, and you don't have to sit on a beach to find it. Even a cup of tea by the window or a slow stroll through your garden counts. A colorful, loving plate. Food isn't just fuel. It's your body's language of care. Leafy greens, berries, wild fish, healthy fats like avocado or olive oil. They don't just taste good. They hold hands with your vitamins, guiding them gently where they need to go. When you feed your body well, it remembers how to glow. Deep, healing sleep. There's a reason they call it beauty sleep. When you rest deeply, your body gets to work, producing collagen, repairing cells, softening inflammation. You don't need to chase 9 perfect hours. You need consistent, peaceful sleep, a warm bath before bed, a soft book, a calm mind. These are gifts to your skin, even when you don't see it right away. Stress reduction, your inner peacekeeper. Stress sneaks in. It tightens your jaw, dulls your skin, and steals your breath. But even just 10 minutes a day of breathing, slowly, stretching gently, praying quietly, can soften those edges. When your heart feels safe, your body responds. And yes, your glow responds too. Simple skin care, just enough. You don't need a shelf full of bottles, just a gentle cleanser. A good moisturizer, maybe a vitamin C serum if your skin likes it. No perfume, no harsh scrubs, just kind ingredients for mature skin, and the consistency to let them work. Because you're not trying to erase time, you're learning to embrace it with softness, grace, and care. Tell me in the comments which of these gentle habits feels most doable for you. Sometimes just choosing one is a beautiful beginning. So here we are. You've walked with me through quiet truths. Not hype, not vanity, but gentle, powerful reminders that beauty doesn't leave you as you age. It just asks for a little more care. You've learned about 3 forgotten vitamins, vitamin K2, astaxanthin, and biotin. Each one a small but mighty gift that speaks to your skin, your hair, your radiance. But more importantly, you've remembered something far more sacred. You're allowed to care for yourself, not because you're trying to look young, but because you still deserve to feel alive in your own skin, to catch your reflection and say, yes, that's me. I'm still here. Aging isn't about fading, it's about unfolding. Layer by layer into the woman you were always meant to become, wise, warm, and softly luminous. And if you've forgotten that lately, if no one has told you in a while, let me say it now. With all the tenderness in my heart, you are still beautiful. Not despite your age, but because of it. If any part of this message touched you, if it reminded you of something you've been longing to hear, I'd be honored if you'd leave a comment. Tell me, which part of your glow are you ready to reclaim? Let's cheer each other on, and if you'd like to keep walking this journey with me, quiet, slow, nourishing steps toward aging well, you're warmly invited to subscribe. Not because you should, but because you deserve to be supported by words that feel like home. There's a whole season of life still waiting for you, and I promise, when you begin to nurture your inner glow, the world will begin to notice it too, softly, quietly. you'll become radiant again, not to impress, but simply to reflect the care you've finally given back to yourself. Until next time, keep glowing in your own wise, wonderful way.